I still have moments where I don't feel valid. I still have internalized transphobia and like all these issues, especially when it comes to like voice dysphoria and stuff like that. I put a lot of effort into getting to a point where I have a passable PEM voice, and I'm still not there yet. Kind of in the ambiguous range. I spend thousands on professional voice lessons, and I essentially always blamed myself when people misgendered me. It was always my fault. They have a hard time because I don't sound like a woman. Oh, in real life, they have a hard time because I don't look like a woman. It was always my fault, and it kind of broke me. Anytime when I get like misogyny, homophobia, and whatnot in video games, I'm like, oh, it's my fault because I don't have like the proper voice yet. Oh, I need to put in more effort so cis people have it easier to gender me correctly. And the thing is, like, most of the times people are just trying to be assholes. It is really difficult to differentiate between those who like purposefully and want to insult you and those who literally just don't know, because you always think that when you go outside, when you go into the street and you see a stranger and they call you sir or ma'am or whatever, you always think that they are unbiased. But a lot of times they are not. And a lot of times people are really dumb. A lot of times people will misgender like cis women because they aren't wearing makeup. If you dress like in a unisex way, or you're tall as a woman or whatnot, a lot of people will misgender you. If you have short hair as a woman, people will misgender you. But like, it hits so much harder when you have gender dysphoria, because you always blame yourself. But you know, like, you shouldn't have to transition for the sake of cis people. Getting misgendered sucks, and you want to be seen as the gender that you are expressing yourself as, that aligns with your gender identity. You know, a lot of things that you do are just for the sake of other people, so you don't get hurt. You don't get as many like bad experiences of being misgendered and whatnot. It's still going to keep happening, and especially with the rise in transphobia, it's going to keep happening. It happens to cis women who don't look exactly like someone imagines what a woman has to look like or sound like. And then I talk about these things and I see comments of people being like, no, that doesn't happen. No, we can always tell. But like, you shouldn't have to transition for these people. You should only transition so, you know, when you look inside the mirror, you can see yourself. When you wear certain clothing, it looks right on your body to you. Another big thing is like always this idea that just because you're a trans woman, you won't find people who love who you are. You won't find like a proper relationship, you know, especially with like chasers and whatnot, people not respecting you, people not respecting who you are. It gives you the idea that everyone is like this. You are going to find people who, no matter what stage you are, they have no issue with using the proper pronouns for you. They have no issue with using your chosen name. They have no issues with like viewing you in the way that you want to be viewed as. You just need to find these people. And it's not actually that difficult. But getting yourself out there can be extremely scary. The amount of people in my community who like message me and they're like, you know, it's kind of cool to have like a community of people who are like me, but I'm still scared of like getting into voice calls, speaking in voice calls, because a lot of us we judge ourselves harshly. We're just so used to this hatred that we see everywhere that we think that that is the norm. That is how it's supposed to be. This is how we are supposed to be treated. But like, we deserve some basic human decency too. Notice most of the time that someone misgenders me, it's definitely not an accident. It's them actively just being an ass. Yeah, you can generally tell the difference by how they respond to being corrected. The thing is, like, most of the time I don't even bother. In real life, I'm not correcting people. If someone calls me sir, whatever, I just accept it. I just take it. All these videos you see of like, oh, trans woman gets misgendered and freaks out and like screams and yells, they're most likely fake. Having like a full-on conversation about like pronouns and whatnot with a stranger when you just wanna, I don't know, give someone directions or whatnot, ask for directions, you know, like, it's not worth it. I'm on the path to surgery, and when I second guess, it's because these kinds of thoughts. Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of times I have like people be like, oh, I wish I was a girl, but I don't think transitioning is the right path for me, because I don't think it's going to be good enough. But the thing is, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Having the ability to transition and see like the changes and whatnot is going to make things a lot easier. Life is still going to be tough. Being trans sucks, but like ignoring it, suppressing it is not going to make it better. It's going to make you numb. It's going to leave you on autopilot, and it's not going to be good. I was so nervous when we first collabed because I was like, my voice fear? Why? I like your voice. Where's my Fugi now? What happened?
I'm gone.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, voice dysphoria and stuff like that sucks. Because the thing is, like, it feels more difficult to pass based on voice than passing in real life. When someone, you know, can visually see you, it makes it easier to pass, actually. That's what I noticed. Because, like, especially like on the phone, you're losing frequencies and whatnot. I don't know, in video games, it's already like difficult to pass because people don't think that women are real unless they have the high pitch voice and they're anime characters. Yeah.
Even cis women, as soon as they speak in a like video game, they get shit on.
Oh yes, like are you a prepubescent boy or an actual girl?
It's so exhausting.
Veteran stream when? I'm sorry, I was updating. We are having technical difficulties. Voice dysphoria is generally the hardest part for me. And my largest source of dysphoria. It's super hard to work on solo with no outside help. Yeah. I'm also struggling even with professional help because I haven't made any progress in quite some time. And I don't know what I need to do in order to actually get to where I want to be. And raising pitch is not going to cut it. I once made my character for D&D campaign. Then my DM said I don't actually allow people to make characters of the opposite gender. Jesus. But I allow it because I think I forgot to say it. And now I'm not taking any risks in that campaign because I'm scared that if my character dies, he won't let me make another one like that. Go find a new DM. That is like D&D horror story type. Imagine someone wants to play a wizard and the DM comes along and says like, you're actually not smart enough to play a wizard. I don't allow you to play a high-end character because you're not intelligent enough. That is the level of toxicity. Don't play with these people.
God.
Yeah, go find a new DM. That's actually disgusting. Take the character for a different campaign.
If they're gonna be like that with like just like a character's gender, they're gonna be worse with even other things.
They're probably going to hit you with like, oh, you know, you're a man playing a woman. That means the NPCs should like sexualize you and like flirt with you. That's the only reason why a man would play a woman, right? You like the attention of guys? Is that it? It's just gross behavior. Find a new DM. You're not going to have a good time. D&D is not worth it. To be clear, I don't know if he's transphobic. I'm just not out yet. Yeah, no, that's like a big red flag. That is a huge red flag. If someone would say that to me, I would just like, okay, thanks, bye. Is that a thing? I thought it was just him as a DM. I'm not even kidding, but the first session we met an extremely sexually interested elf who would not stop. I've heard plenty of D&D horror stories like that. Don't play with these people. This is gross behavior. Literally, just don't do it.
If you play with them, they'll think it's okay.
Yeah.